Okay, so I have partnered with Insta360 for this video to show you their new Flow 2 Pro smartphone gimbal. So this thing is so easy to use. So you basically just take your phone that's using one of their clamps to be able to attach this to the gimbal, and then now you unfold it like this, and now you're practically ready to go ahead and start filming some cool stabilized footage. Now I did a video on the very first Insta360 Flow, and I really love just how flexible that was, but this gimbal is bringing some new stuff, starting with the fact that this does support Apple's Dock Kit. So Apple created Dock Kit to make it easier for people to use accessories with other apps instead of just using the Insta360 app. For this example, you can use this gimbal with the native camera app on the iPhone, but also using WhatsApp or FaceTime and even Instagram. And so you're not going to get every feature that's available in the Insta360 app, but you will be able to get things like tracking yourself when you are recording something for something like Instagram, which is going to be very useful. Now you also get an AI-powered Deep Track 4.0, so this will allow it to be able to track subjects, and even if a subject goes behind you, like something like a tree, it'll be able to automatically reconnect and track that person when they come back into frame. And one of the ways you can start tracking is super easy. You just squeeze on the trigger once, and now this green box will surround them and it will follow them around. And Insta360 has also improved the animal detection, so it can actually be able to follow animals like your dog or even your horse. And this also does have really good framing controls built in, so you can basically choose to have like maybe a subject in your background to be more centered, and then have your subject in the foreground to be a little bit to the left or to the right. And then for all of my basketball players out there, I wish I played as much as I used to, but if I did, I would probably be using this mode called hoop mode a lot, because it can actually identify the basketball court and identify each individual basket, and it will be able to track people scoring. You can see that it'll also have like a virtual scoreboard overlaid on top of the video, which is cool. And they've also added more ways for you to be able to control this gimbal. So while you're using the Insta360 app on a smartphone that's attached to this gimbal, you can take another smartphone and scan this personalized QR code. It'll take you to a live preview of the phone that's on the gimbal. So now you can go sit down and be a little bit of ways away from the gimbal, and you can still control it. But that's not it. You can also use your Apple Watch to be able to have a live preview and basically do the same thing. You can pan and control the smartphone gimbal just using the watch on your wrist. Oh, and if you are using this with a group of people, this does support multi-person tracking, so it can track multiple people in the shot and keep them centered in the frame. But one of my favorite features is the fact that this does support 360-degree panning. So this means I can use the joystick to be able to rotate this around 360 degrees, where a lot of other smartphone gimbals would have stopped like right here. I can keep going all the way around with this. So if I am walking in the snow and I want to capture everything around me like I'm showing you right now, I can do this with this gimbal. So this is really cool just for capturing everything that you see around you. Okay, so at this point, let me show you everything that Insta360 sent over that works with this gimbal. So they sent over the gimbal itself. So inside of the box with that, you do get a USB-C cable and also this little carrying bag. And then you get the gimbal, which looks pretty good in my opinion. It does have a nice grippy surface here on the back that allows you to have really good control when you are holding it. And then also you do have a trigger that's going to be used when you squeeze it down. You'll be able to lock the camera angle in place that you're using. And also you can use the controls here that I talked about earlier with the joystick in the middle. And then you have some buttons around it to allow you to start and pause recording, to be able to flip the camera around from selfie to using the rear facing cameras, and also just changing between the different recording modes. And then you also have this NFC tapping point right here, so you can easily tap your phone right here to make pairing a lot easier. And then you also do have a selfie mirror on the back of this gimbal, so when you are using the rear facing cameras and you do want to make sure that your big head is in frame like I'm doing here, I can use this little mirror to make sure I'm all framed up. And then on the bottom here, you will find this mounting point here, so you can mount this to like a tripod or something using that standard thread. But also this does have a built-in tripod in itself, because it has these legs that pull out, and then now you can go ahead and spread these out, and you can place this on a table or a desk. Or when I was using this in the snow, which is, you know, kind of uneven and stuff, I'm able to get a really nice stable surface. And I believe these are upgraded from the previous version, so I think they're just going to be maybe just a little bit thicker and just more stable when you are using it on a surface like that. Also inside of the box with this gimbal, you will get a smartphone clamp, and this fit all of my smartphones. So small, big phones like my iPhone 16 Pro Max, this will work, especially when you are using cases and stuff. And so this clamp does work very well, but when you are using your phone with this clamp on it, it is a little bit bulky, right? You do feel it. But Insta360 does have another solution which does use magnets, so this will work great with iPhones that do have MagSafe built in, but you can also use it with like an Android phone like my OnePlus 13 that can be used with a magnetic case that OnePlus sells, and so now I can use that on that. But yeah, I'm using it with my iPhone mostly, and it just attaches on there, and then I can attach the phone to the gimbal, and then when I take my phone off of the gimbal, gimbal. It's pretty thin, but then also it does have a built-in stand inside of it, so I can stand this up on a desk and I can watch maybe a video or something on my phone, whether it's in landscape or portrait mode. Now, the last accessory that they sent over is this light that you can attach to the gimbal, and this will be able to light up your subject, and it has multiple different brightness levels. And I really like this light because compared to the first Flow gimbal that I reviewed from Insta360, this one does not have a wire or a cable or anything. It basically attaches to one of the USB-C ports on the gimbal, and now it will be powered by the gimbal. And then you can go ahead and flip this around depending on whether you're using the front facing camera or the rear facing camera, because that mounting point is reversible. Oh, I almost forgot, this does also have a built-in selfie stick, so you can pull this out just like so to be able to get some extended range when you are using this. So this just really gives you a lot of versatility, and you can also tilt the head like so I can tilt it around to be able to get that angle that I want. So this is good for having like a low angle shot if you really want to do something like that, or for a high angle shot, and you can make sure the camera is going to be pointed down. And as far as recording quality, inside of the Insta360 app, this now does support Dolby Vision and also Apple ProRes, so you can get the highest quality video coming from an iPhone. Now, another situation where this gimbal can be clutch is for real estate videos or for travel vlogs. So if you're trying to show off the place that you're staying in, I'm in the East Miami hotel right now. You can see that I can move around and get this super stabilized footage. I would definitely mess around with the lighting and stuff if I am trying to do this for work or anything, but you can see that very quickly you can get some really nice shots as I bend around the corner here. Look at that, oh yeah. And so I'm just using the follow mode right now. You can play around with the different modes to get that particular look that you're going for. But I like how you can just get low, and I'm gonna use the joystick to go ahead and look up while I am going forward here. And then you can go to the window like this, and just look at that shot that you can get. People pay for this type of stuff. You can do it yourself with something like this. So yeah, I like that. You can use this to make some money, and not just for like personal use or anything. And this just something that makes it very easy and simple. I do have the gimbal extended here to be able to allow me to get the shots that I want without having to bend down too much. But yeah, just look at this, how smooth this thing is. And let me go ahead and open up this balcony door here. Let me see how, there we go. Look at this, able to come out here, get a nice view, slowly pan around, get the shot that you're looking for. Oh, and for people who like to be on camera when you're doing this type of stuff, or just for any other reason, the built-in tripod again comes in handy here, and I have it tracking me. And so now I can walk around here, and because of this design that I'm able to get this full 360 capabilities, where a lot of other gimbals out there can only go like 180 degrees or somewhere around that, but I'm able to walk around this entire place. And you want to kind of make sure you're not going too fast, right? Or just step a little bit further away, and it has a little bit easier time of keeping you in the middle of the frame. But yeah, you're able to walk around, show the place that you're at. And it is dark in this hotel room, but the good thing is that I do have this light that does just attach right on the gimbal, and it adds just enough light. It's not going to do a miracle, right, for the entire room, but if you are, around, like I'm like probably like 4 feet away from my phone right now, it will just give you the right amount of light in situations like this. Oh, and as far as like battery and stuff, this can run up to around 10 hours. So that's a pretty long time. And also as far as charging this, it will take around 2 hours to get this thing fully charged. Oh, and this also can be used as like a portable battery pack. So if you want to use the built-in battery to recharge your phone or something else via a USB-C cable, you can do that. Now let's talk price. So this has a standard price of $159.99, and it comes in 2 different colors, including Summit White and Stone Gray, but they also do have their creator bundles and also vlog bundles that will give you some of those accessories that I showed you here, and even some other accessories that I didn't show you. Now, Insta360 is hooking up some of you, so if you are one of the first 30 people to purchase this using my link that's down below in the description of this video, you will get a free MagSafe phone mount thrown in. So that's pretty clutch to be able to use, as I mentioned before. So make sure you use that link down below in the description of this video to be able to get that. Okay, so look, there's a lot going on with this thing, but it is a very simple product at its core. It's a smartphone gimbal that can be used for just getting very stabilized footage if you're running after your kid in the backyard, or you just want something where you can capture capture those moments like your kid scoring their first touchdown or doing really great at a tennis match, you can set this thing on the ground using the built-in tripods and then use another phone to be able to control it. And I just thought about it. This can be really good for someone trying to capture content at a wedding. Maybe you don't want to be all in the way and stuff. You can set this up and then be able to control it and still capture those memories while being somewhere else in the venue. But then as a content curator, I will be using this for work because it's basically like an extra pair of hands. And I forgot to mention this before, but you can double tap on this little reverse arrow button there to be able to switch between portrait mode and landscape mode. So that's pretty nice and useful. And so I think that's about it. So I'll drop a link down below in the description of this video that'll take you to Insta360's website. But like always, I do want to thank you for watching this video, and I will catch you later. Peace.